Do 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 do. Hello, happy Thursday. My name is Dean the Turkey Legster, and you are watching Once Upon a Turkey Leg. This is a weekly stream where I go live and I read. Normally I read 2 stories. Tonight I am just reading 1 story. I'm getting over a little bit of a cough, and so I am going to take it easy on the whole the talking. So anyway, I do want to show before I start reading our story tonight. I just got in the mail. I got excuse me, I got some books that will be coming up in a few weeks, more than a few weeks. Next month, there will be two Thursday nights I will be dedicating to Halloween-themed stories. I will be reading Happy Halloween, Charlie Brown, as well as the It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I don't have that book, but I have that over on my shelf, but I just got this one. I'll be reading along with It's the Great Pumpkin. Hi, Stacy. Happy Thursday. So anyway, I just got that. That will be 1 week will be Peanuts. Then the next week will be Disney. I've got 2 Disney stories. This is Disney Princess Sweet and Spooky Halloween. I just read through it. It's a cute book. And then we've got Disney The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. And yes, happy Disney Plus Day. If you notice the thumbnail, it is the part of the imagery. I actually used part of the poster of the new Pinocchio live action movie that is up on Disney Plus as of today. And then this was if you didn't see the thumbnail, this is tonight's thumbnail. So I just used a part of that poster. I have not watched the new live action Pinocchio yet, but I snuck in the first about 10 minutes this morning just because. And I gotta say, I'm excited to watch the full thing. I'm also looking forward to seeing watching the behind the scenes, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, as well as the Cars. There's a Cars show or series. Hey, Mandy Adams, welcome in. Welcome. Happy Thursday. What else? We've got Cars on the Road. There's a Dancing with the Stars show. There's an Epic Adventures with Bertie Gregory. I'm not sure what that is. There's Frozen. Frozen sing-along. Frozen 2 sing-along. Which I've been singing along with those for years. So, but anyway, the actual sing-along is, it's where they have the words, here along the bottom. Hey, Paula, welcome in. Okay, let's see. Got some other things. Marvel Studios Thor: Love and Thunder. Kind of want to check that out. And then there's some other things. There's other things that are out today. So anyway, yeah. So also, let me show also coming up in November on Thanksgiving night, which is a Thursday, and I will be live. I will be live on Thanksgiving Day. I'll just say that officially. I'm going to be reading the a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, as well as this. Olaf Gives Thanks. So we'll have a little Peanuts and a little Disney on Thanksgiving night. Those I just got. I just saw they came from Amazon today, and I think now will be a good time to go ahead and start reading our story. Even though I haven't seen the new live action Pinocchio, and I think I know Stacy said she didn't see it. Paula said she'll be, well, yeah, I'll be watching, I will be watching Pinocchio probably tomorrow afternoon, is when I'm planning to maybe watch it, maybe tomorrow night, sometime tomorrow, most likely. Mandy said she watched a little. I watched the first 10 minutes of the new, of it, just because. So, but anyway, we know and love the classic animated Pinocchio. Although before I start reading this, and this is what we are going to read, Pinocchio, the animated Pinocchio that we know and love. Oh, excuse me, 1 second. 1 second, I'm sorry. I was going to mute. Okay, sorry about that. That's why I'm only reading one story tonight, because I don't want to overdo it. I did have another story that is features Pinocchio. That's a really cute story. I'll probably do that next week, and then try to find some other story from another, featuring some other characters. So anyway, gonna go on with Pinocchio. Hope you enjoy the story tonight. One night, a long time ago, as the stars were shining high above the rooftops, a little cricket named Jiminy Cricket found himself in the shop of an old woodcarver named Geppetto. Geppetto was completing his latest creation, a little puppet boy named Pinocchio. That night, before going to bed, Geppetto saw a shooting star in the sky and wished with all his might, "I wish that my little Pinocchio might be a real boy." As Geppetto slept, the blue fairy appeared through the window. "Good Geppetto, you have given so much happiness to others. You deserve to have your wish come true. Little puppet made of pine, wake, the gift of life is thine. With a touch of her wand upon his forehead, Pinocchio came to life. Am I a real boy? Pinocchio asked. No, Pinocchio, the fairy answered. To make Geppetto's wish come true will be entirely up to you. Prove yourself brave, truthful, and unselfish, and one day you'll be a real boy. To help Pinocchio learn the difference between right and wrong, the Blue Fairy asked Jiminy Cricket to act as Pinocchio's conscience, or his voice of reason. Together, they decided that whenever Pinocchio needed advice, all he had to do was whistle, and Jiminy Cricket would come. As the Blue Fairy left, she said, Be a good boy, and always let your conscience be your guide. When Geppetto awoke to find Pinocchio moving and talking, he thought he was dreaming, but soon he realized that his wish had come true. Pinocchio had come to life. He was so happy that he spun Pinocchio around the room, dancing and singing, and introduced him to his cat Figaro and his fish Cleo. They all snuggled into bed to sleep. The next morning, Pinocchio, they snuggled into bed to sleep. That's this picture. The next morning, Pinocchio awoke excited. It was his first day of school. He skipped to class along with his schoolmates. But on his way, he ran into Honest John and Gideon. They tried to convince him to become an actor in Stromboli's popular puppet school puppet show instead of going to school. Hi, diddly-doo, an actor's life for me. Do-do-do-doodly-doo, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, boobity-doo. Jiminy Cricket was late that day and arrived just in time to see them all skip off. He whistled to get Pinocchio's attention. Remember what I said about temptation? Well, that's him, the cricket said, but Pinocchio ignored him and left. Later, Stromboli had a sold-out show at the theater. Everyone wanted to see Pinocchio, the only puppet that could sing and dance without strings. After the show, Pinocchio said that he wanted to go home to his father, Geppetto, but Stromboli locked him in a cage. You will make lots of money for me, Stromboli said, and when you are growing too old, you will make good firewood. Pinocchio began to cry, but just then the Blue Fairy appeared. She asked why Pinocchio hadn't gone to school that day. I met somebody. Two big monsters with green eyes, Pinocchio lied. His nose suddenly grew. With every lie, it grew bigger and bigger until it became an entire branch with a nest of baby birds in it. Give me 1 second, guys. I got a cough break. Mm. Okay, sorry about that. Where were we? Grew bigger and bigger till it became an entire branch with a nest of baby birds in it. You see, Pinocchio, a lie keeps growing and growing until it's as plain as the nose on your face, the blue fairy told him. She helped him escape, but said it was the last time she could help him out of trouble. That night, Honest John and Gideon told their friend, the coachman, about meeting Pinocchio that day. The coachman was collecting disobedient boys who played hooky from school. On his way home, Pinocchio ran into Honest John again. He convinced Pinocchio to go to Pleasure Island, leaving Jiminy behind. Pinocchio got on the coach with a bunch of other boys, including one named Lampwick. Lampwick was excited to go to Pleasure Island because he had heard there would be no school or cops there, and he could lounge around all day. Mhm. After a long journey, the boys arrived at Pleasure Island. It was an exciting place with no rules, full of carnival rides and all the junk food they could eat. Being bad's a lot of fun, ain't it? Pinocchio said. Pinocchio was having so much fun that he refused to leave when Jiminy Cricket came to take him home. Upset with him for not doing the right thing, Jiminy stormed off, leaving Pinocchio behind. As Jiminy was leaving the island, he stumbled upon dark creatures loading donkeys into crates by the docks. Jiminy looked at their familiar faces and realized that all the little boys had turned into donkeys. And Pinocchio was no exception. He sprouted ears and a tail before Jiminy rushed back to save him. They jumped into the sea at the last moment before Pinocchio could turn into a donkey and swam all the way to safety on the other side. Pinocchio and Jiminy were so happy to finally be going home, but when they got back, Geppetto was nowhere to be found. Just then, a note appeared from the sky. It said that Geppetto had gone looking for Pinocchio and had been swallowed by a whale named Monstro, who lived at the bottom of the sea. Pinocchio rushed off at once to save his father. He jumped into the ocean and sank to the bottom. And there he is, looking for Geppetto. He was soon swallowed by the whale and found Geppetto safe in the whale's belly. They were so happy to see each other again, but didn't know how they would escape. Suddenly, Pinocchio had a plan. They would make Monstro sneeze. They built a fire in the whale's belly, and the smoke caused the whale to give one great big loud sneeze, which shoved them out into the ocean. Monstro was incredibly angry to have been tricked and chased after them. Pinocchio tried with all his might to face the waves and drag Geppetto safely to shore, but their raft was destroyed and Pinocchio was hurt. When Geppetto awoke on the shore, he found Pinocchio face down in the water. Geppetto tenderly carried him home. Everyone was sad because it looked like Pinocchio was gone forever. But because he had proved himself brave, truthful, and unselfish, the Blue Fairy used her magic to make Geppetto's wish come true. Pinocchio became a real boy. Geppetto laughed and twirled his son Pinocchio high in the air, and the two lived happily ever after as father and son. And that is the end of Pinocchio. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story tonight and you enjoyed reading it. And that concludes my stream for tonight. As I said, I'm only doing one tonight because of the coughing. I hope to be all cleared up next week and I can go back to my normal 2 stories, but I'm glad I was able to go live tonight to do a stream at my normal time. So anyway, with that, thank you all so much for coming in, watching, whether you are watching live or you are watching on the replay. Yes, Stacy, I haven't actually watched Pinocchio lately. I was listening to the soundtrack this evening, just kind of getting into the mood for the stream, but actually watching Pinocchio, I haven't done that. So I might actually make it a double feature tomorrow and watch the original first and then watch the new one. Or maybe I'll watch the classic one tomorrow. I don't know. I'll figure something out. It's going to be a Pinocchio weekend. And maybe some Thor, Love and Thunder thrown in there. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Stacy. And anyone else watching, I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you enjoyed the stream, give the like button a bop. Ooh, it's down here somewhere. And I will be live next Thursday with 2 stories as normal, and then also Tuesday. No, what did I say? Next Thursday, 2 stories with Once Upon a Turkey Leg, and next Tuesday I will be live with Newsflash Disney, and I will be keeping a little my nose to the wind, as they say. If that's not the saying, my nose to the. I'll be watching the news and watching kind of what comes out of the D23 Expo and seeing what announcements happens, what news. Stacy, I would say watch the live action first, then the classic that way. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah. I was leaning towards watching. Yeah. That's probably what I'll do. So yeah. So I hope you all have a great weekend. Take care. Have a gobbletastic night. And remember to always follow the happy.